You're listening to Living in Spain podcasts with David Wright.
Hi guys, my name's David Wright and welcome to another one of my podcast shows. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips and advice on Seville. So I've been here 19 years in Spain now, and I've been to Seville about 7 or 8 times, mostly with my wife when she was there on business, and I spent some long weekends there with her. So I've got some pretty good tips and advice on places to go, eat, drink and stay in Seville. Okay, places to stay in Seville. First of all, I would recommend looking on booking.com, and if you look in the description link below this, I've got some links to booking.com where you can get a discount if you use my code. Okay, so the Zenit Hotel, it's right in the centre, just across the main bridge as you're going towards Triana. I've stayed there a couple of times. It's not the cheapest of hotels. It's around 70, 80 euros a night, depending on the season. But a very ultra-modern hotel, very clean, very fresh, and within walking distance to everything. It's a great place to stay. I was quite impressed with it. If you've got a mobile that has got these apps on it now, that everything is connected. You can open the shutters and turn the TV on and everything, all done from your mobile phone. So very upmarket hotel and right in the centre, so that's a good place to stay. Also, there's a lot of NH hotels, the chain there. They're pretty much all over Spain, but again, I've stayed in a couple of the NH hotels a little bit further out of the town, still within walking distance of everything, and some of these do include free parking, so well worth checking out, and they start from about 45 euros a night. Now, the other hotel I would recommend is a little bit further up near the Isla Magica. It's a bit further up, and again, still within walking distance for everything. And that hotel is called the Isla Cartuga. That's near the sports centre up in the Isla Magica. This is about a 20-minute walk into everything, so it's a little bit further away. It's easy to walk from there down the riverside into the main square, and the Plaza de España and everything is there. But you can also get a taxi, guys. Now, this hotel is very cheap. It's about 35 euros a night. It's a budget hotel. It's very simple, very basic. All the sports people stay up there, and when they practice in for their rowing and stuff like that, and the sports centre up there. So yeah, it's a great place to stay if you're just there for a few nights or you want a budget hotel. I would recommend it. You can get a taxi into town from everything, or you can walk there. So that's a good budget hotel. Again, down by the river in the centre of Seville, there are some places you can stay above the bars and restaurants. They do these family rooms, or they do bed and breakfast, that sort of thing. Again, you can check these out on booking.com or online, search for yourself. So places to eat out, guys, in Seville, there are hundreds of places to eat out. I would thoroughly recommend that you just get yourself lost in Seville and walk around some of the back streets. Don't go to the main restaurants, because some of these back streets are real hidden gems and they do some really good food, and it's not expensive either. But one place I would recommend that you really need to try at least once when you go to Seville, and that is on the main bridge of Seville. If you stand with your back towards the Gold Tower, as I call it, where they bring in the gold, or they used to bring in the gold to weigh, across the main bridge, and there's only one building on the bridge, and that's the restaurant, and it's called the Maria Trifulga, I believe how you pronounce it. I'm probably saying that wrong, but a very nice restaurant. Not the cheapest of places, and you will have to book. They've got a restaurant downstairs in the main floor area, but if you can sit upstairs, you probably have to book on the terrace upstairs. It is fantastic, with views all the way up and down the river, a fantastic atmosphere there, especially in the summer months. Obviously, if it's very hot, be careful. They've got some shades up there. And again, if it's chilly, you get a breeze, it can be very cold. But this is one of the restaurants you've got to go. The fish up there and the food is excellent. But it's not cheap, guys. I will warn you. It's around 25, 30 euros per head, the starting price. But the restaurant downstairs is a little bit cheaper, but you definitely got to go there for the atmosphere alone. Okay, so crossing over the bridge from main Seville area, there is the main road that goes into Triana. It's a pedestrian precinct, and there are about 20 bars and restaurants on each side of this. And again, behind these bars is more little roads where you can filter off and get yourself lost, and there's amazing foods there. There's tapas are fantastic, and they do these platters, which is like a selection of different tapas all on one plate, which is for 2, 4 or 6 people. I would recommend doing that. The tapas are not free in Seville, but when you order a drink or a beer or wine, you do get some little bits and pieces brought out. But order these rations, these plates, these plus I can't remember what they call it now. It's like a raciones, and they come out with a selection of different tapas. Each bar does their own speciality, but it's a great way of trying several different dishes at once. Walking down the main riverside, opposite the Gold Tower and the Plaza España, there are several restaurants that are built up slightly up on the riverbank, and they got fantastic views in the evening all the way up and down the river. I would recommend these as well. Again, you should book, because if you don't, some of these restaurants are quite big and you get sitting in the corner somewhere. So if you want to sit with a great view over the river, you need to go there early or book online beforehand. It's well worth a trip to some of these restaurants, because just for the views alone, sitting there having a nice evening meal, watching the boats go up and down the river, it's fantastic atmosphere. Okay, so things to do in Seville, there are just 101 different things to do, but you've got to go and see the Plaza de España. It's a must. It's free to go in and have a walk round, and the gardens there as well are fantastic, especially in the summer months. What I would recommend, guys, is getting the touristy horse and cart ride. I know it sounds a bit cheesy, but for about 20-25 euros, get the horse and cart in the centre of Seville to take you all the way around the plaza and everything. Now, they do the short or the long version. The short version is enough. It's about 20 minutes, and it takes you all around the Plaza de España, including into the Plaza de España, around the fountain. They stop and take a photograph of you, and it's a bit cheesy, a bit touristy, but great way of seeing all the sights and getting the guide to tell you what's what. So, yeah, I would recommend doing it at least once, guys. It's worth it. Now, the cathedrals and churches are fantastic. The historical buildings around the Plaza de España and in the main square of Seville. But guys, the queues there in the summer months are horrendous. It gets very busy, and also if it's hot, you're going to be standing there for hours on end. So either book online or go early or go a little bit out of season, because remember, in the middle of Seville, it does get very hot. How hot? Well, over 40 degrees in June, July and August. So guys, be warned, it's very, very hot up there in Seville. Okay, so I've given you a few tips on places to go, places to stay, eat and drink. Maybe if you've got something that I've missed and you can recommend, leave a comment in the description box below, guys, and let us know what you think of Seville. And I hope these tips have helped. If they have, just leave a nice quick comment. Thanks, guys.
If you have enjoyed this podcast by David Wright, then you will love his new books. Out now on Amazon and Kindle, packed with money-saving tips and information on living and working in Spain. Just go to livinginspainbooks.com. David also has a popular blog for expats in Spain. Come and take a look now at britishexpatsinspain.com.